Hello. Hey, Severe. I'm well. How are you? How was your day? My day was good. It was a good, chill day. Getting ready for a busy work week, so good, chill day. Can you hear me okay? I'm trying to make sure my sound is working because I'm using a mic. So when you fall, just testing this out. Oh, cool. I'm glad you can hear me. So hey guys, the two people that are here, and I have Severe in the chat. But anyways, this video will save. So hopefully people will join in. I know it's kind of late. Central time, it's 8:37. So I know it's later Eastern time, still kind of early on the West Coast. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this situation in the news. I don't talk a lot about the news on my channel and stuff going on, but this one got to me a little bit. So I'm just going to talk. So I was reading about the situation with Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. And I was like, what in the world is going on? It was like all this stuff being said in the news. And I'm like, what? Like pedophile? Like I wouldn't put that word on Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. I was like, what? So I was reading about what was going on. And then on Facebook, there was actually people sharing the video. So I will say this. I saw Aries Spears live here in Dallas a couple years ago. It was before the shutdown. I can't remember exactly what year, whatever. But he was performing at the Dallas Improv, which we have two. We have the Addison Improv and the Arlington Improv. And he was really funny. Like, it was a really good show. So it was really kind of strange to see his name in the news for something like this, because I just kind of known him as a funny comedian. And so I watched the video and I was like, no. I was hoping that people were blowing up about something that was like something ridiculous that wasn't even like a thing. But the video was horrible, I have to say. And the reason why it was horrible, there have been movies made about like child pedophiles and things like that. Like we've seen it on Lifetime movies. We've seen it on like movies just on the big screen, whatever. And people make movies about it because, you know, they're bringing awareness about these are real things that really happen and they're telling the story. I didn't get that from this video because it was too graphic. Mind you, some of the things that they were doing to me wasn't really funny. And I would like to hear Tiffany and Aries reasoning for making that video, because it seemed to be like it was supposed to be funny. Um, it didn't seem like a video that was made to bring awareness to child pedophilia. So I don't know. Um, I would just want to hear their perspective on it. And people, comedians, like, got to be careful. Is there a limit to what you can do as a comedian? Because I feel like comedians think sometimes that they could just do anything and say, oh, it's a joke. And then they expect that it's going to be okay. And in this situation, I didn't see that. So, hey, Sonia. So I don't know if I would agree that that was just funny. Some people are making a lot of excuses for Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, because they have fans, and fans hate to see people in the news. Now, do I think that Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are pedophiles? I don't know, and I don't think so. I really don't think that that was the intent. Now, I don't know them personally, so this is why I said I would need to hear their rationale. But hey, CJ and Sharice, but I really don't think that they meant that. But the video is bad. Like, to me, they went too far with the video. So I wouldn't recommend watching the video, and I wish I hadn't watched it. And the reason why, so I'm just going to tell you about the video in case you haven't seen it. I'm sure, like, social media, at this point, they're probably finding the videos and taking them down. But someone posted it on Facebook, and I just wanted to know what was going on, so I watched it. So the video basically has Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears, and there's a young boy in the video. Tiffany is basically about to go out somewhere, and she's telling her uncle, and this is the skit. So I'm just explaining the skit. Hey, Jamia. So in the skit, Tiffany Haddish is, she has her son, and she basically is telling her uncle, I'm about to leave the house, so I need you to watch him or whatever. So the uncle is happy to watch the nephew in this skit. Hey, Terry, how are you? Hey, guys. So she leaves, and the little boy is playing on the floor with nothing but underwear on. And I can't remember how old they said this little boy was. He had to be like 7, 8, maybe. I can't remember the age that they said this little boy is, but somewhere around there. So he's in the video. Hello, Iris. He's on the floor playing with something on the floor, and he has on underwear. The uncle, which is being played by Aries Spears, sits on the couch, and he has a newspaper. And the newspaper has these eyes cut out. And the camera zooms in on his eyes, and he's looking at the child. So he's looking at the child, and the camera is acting as though it's the eyes of Aries Spears, and it's kind of scrolling up and down on the child's body, zooming into the child's rear. That's not funny to me. To me, that was too graphic to do all that. Because, like I said, I've seen movies, and like Lifetime movies in the media, whatever, that are kind of talking about child pedophilia and bringing awareness. But they don't ever really show that. Like, they'll let you know that this is happening, but they don't show it. So to actually show Aries Spears' eyes looking at this child and zooming in on a little kid's body, it was too far. So then there's another scene with the bathtub, the kids in the bathtub. You can't see the kid's body, but I mean, he has a shirt off or whatever. You can't see anything else. It's the water. He's in the water. And Aries Spears, again, Tiffany Haddish says that she has to leave. And so she's going to leave the uncle with the child. So then the uncle again pulls up a newspaper, and he has the eyes cut out, and he's looking at the child and zooming in. And at some point, gets in the bathtub with the child, and he's like kind of rubbing the kid's shoulders. And then the camera cuts off. This is not funny to me. So I'm like, what in the world? I was just like, and I was disappointed because, again, like I said, I've seen Aries Spears live here in Dallas at it was the Arlington Improv, I believe, that we went to. outside. It's just outside of Dallas. And he was really funny. And so he's somebody that I would have definitely gone to see another show. He did a really good job with his comedy. And so to see him and Tiffany agree to make such a video was disappointing, because I would have been like, no, that's a little too much. So my question is there a limit to jokes? Because I feel like comedians think they can take anything and just put the word joke on it, and they think that they're untouchable. And so I just really want to hear Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish's reasoning for all of this, because to me, I thought it was disgusting. And like, for people that were watching the video and they're like, oh, they're just bringing awareness. You can bring awareness to child pedophilia without having to show like the uncle get in the tub, because you're now exposing this child actor to a reality that you don't ever want that child to experience. Now, I do have a critic, because the parent, apparently the parent tried to do some legal stuff years ago and it got thrown out or whatever. So now it's actually the kids who are trying to sue Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. So there's a sister. I don't really know all of the sister's involvement. I have to read a little bit more about that. But I do have a critic, and this is to the mother of the child, because my thing is, when you have a child actor, you should know the whole script. You should be in the vicinity. Like, there's no way I would send a child to just be in a room with adults that I don't know. I don't care what celebrity they are. And we have to stop doing that. It kind of happened with the whole R. Kelly thing, where parents were saying stuff like he took advantage of their children. And R. Kelly, he did some stuff. But parents, why are we all allowing your 15-year-old girl, your 14-year-old daughter, your 16-year-old daughter go with this grown man? I don't care who he is. I don't care if he's the richest man in the world. Like, I'm not going to send my child with an adult and just let them be and not know what's going on. So I have that issue. And I feel like if you're going to hold Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears accountable, the mom also needs to be held accountable, because you need to know what's going on with your child. Don't just send your kid off to shoot with adults and this happens. Like, but I thought it was disgusting. So I'm just wondering, have any of you seen the video? And what do you guys think of it? Because I feel like there should be a limit in some ways to comedy. Everything is not funny, and you can't just do ridiculous things and put the word comedy on it, and then we're all just supposed to be like, that's good, that's good. But, and y'all know me, like, if you know me, you know that you can't hurt kids. Like, I just didn't agree with that, because now this, when you put a child in a more graphic situation, I know you have to have, like in movies, if you're talking about child pornography or anything like that, or molestation in a movie, and you're trying to tell stories and things like that, I get that. But when you make it kind of a graphic situation like that, then now you're exposing the child to like a situation you wouldn't want them to ever experience. So I just didn't get it. But yeah, guys, I just had to talk about it a little bit because I didn't really understand it. But I know I'm just kind of blabbing, but some stuff just gets to me. And I'm like, no, Aries Spears, like, you're funny. You are genuinely funny. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about it is, I just feel like there should be a limit to comedy. Like, I really think there should be a limit. Oh, and I didn't say this part of that video. This was the part that was really disturbing, even more. So at the end of this video, Tiffany Haddish, she's about to go out again. She makes up an excuse and she wants uncle to watch the little boy. So at this point, the uncle, which is played by Aries Spears, sits at the table, and the little boy now pulls up the newspaper with the eyes cut out, and now the little boy is zooming in on the uncle and like scanning the uncle's body, like an interest in the uncle. And I'm like, what in the world? What in the world? Like, I need to hear Tiffany and Aries reasoning for that. Because to me, you didn't have to do all that. You can raise awareness because, I mean, I can see if there was like a message they were trying to get across. Like, you have people that might be in the family that you probably shouldn't leave your kids with, and things can happen and it can turn the child into something that they don't need to be. Like, I feel like if you're trying to get that kind of message across, that's fine, but it's just the way that this was done, it was tacky. And so I just, if it was just done just for laughs, um I think that's the part that a judge would have to um think about. Now, I don't believe that Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are like pedophiles. I just think they did something really stupid, and also everything's not funny. But then I also question like the morale of a person that would be okay with doing that too. So to me, like, you can't just do anything for jokes or for money or whatever it might be. But that's all I have to say about that. I just had to get it off my chest because I was like, no, because when you see stuff in the media, like, you're hoping that people are just blowing it up or whatever it might be. And mind you, I don't watch any of Tiffany Haddish's stand up or anything like that. Like, I never really got into her stand up like that. I think she can be funny in movies and stuff like that because there's scripts, and I've been rooting for her because her story and all of that. So I've been rooting for her success because, I mean, she made it from a struggle in her life. So if anything, that's why I was kind of like a fan of Tiffany Haddish. But as far as like her comedy, like, I really was like whatever. But I did see Aries Spears live, and he was really funny. And so I just hate that they're in this situation. But not everything is for laughs. Hey, Coco's Ethnic Eats. How are you? But yes. I hope everybody had a great day. My day was really chill. Yesterday, actually, I went to a comedy show yesterday to see Corey Holcomb. Um, and he's funny, but he's very like no filter, very much so. Um, and it was actually at the same place, so I just saw him where I saw Aries Spears. Yeah. I want to start going live once or twice a week, but of course I will have the Wind Down Wednesdays coming back soon. So that'll be a live, but I want to start just doing some lives like this where I just talk about stuff or whatever. Sometimes may play some games with you guys. Thank you. I did. Getting ready for the work week. Today felt like a Sunday because I really just chilled. I went to go walk at the park. I did like 2 miles. I wanted to do 3, but then I was like, I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I should have eaten something before because I didn't have enough energy to make the 3 miles like I was trying to. But I just walked. I didn't run. I'm not really a runner, but oh, that's good, Sonia. It's nice to go walking because you get sunlight, and I like to think. So when I'm walking, sometimes I'll play music. Sometimes I'll listen to motivational speeches like Les Brown. Or sometimes I just will turn the music off and just listen to the nature and just walk. It's good for your mental. Yeah. So that's my goal, is to get back being more active. I need to get back into my swim classes. I did 6 weeks of swim classes so that I could go on a trip, the trip that I went on with my best friend. I wanted to be comfortable jumping in the water and stuff. And so that was fun. So I definitely want to continue those swim classes and all of that. it's good to stay active, especially in the mukbang community, because we have these food videos and stuff. We also need to take care of our health and all that too. And that's one of the things that I've been telling myself. Like, I don't want to get to where I'm so focused on my YouTube channel that I forget to be healthy. Because y'all, I want to live a long life. Yeah. My grandmother, my dad's mom lived to be 97. My dad is going to be 73 in October. My mom's mom, she lived to be 88. So I want to at least make 80, y'all. If I can, God willing. But I got to make sure I'm doing the right things to get there. What'd you guys do this weekend? Had some celebrations. Jamia, she is monetized. I know Steph DIY Queen just got monetized. I saw her post today. Let's see, Nini Eats, ASMR. I think she reached her 1K. Oh, that's great, Sonia, 82. That's awesome. Cut the grass and cooked on the grill. Nothing wrong with that. Grilled food sounds delicious. Yes. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else that celebrated a milestone this week? But yeah, people are moving on up. I know Mukbang with Priscilla got to her 500. She's over 500 now. Yep. So it's good to see. Good to see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Relaxing until you head back on the road. Well, definitely be safe on the road when you get back on it. Oh, that's cool. Go to your parents for a cookout. Oh, happy 40th. Another Virgo. All these Virgos. It's a lot of Virgos in the YouTube streets. Let's see. We had Ralph from Real Ralph and Meekaboo. We had Debo Vibes. We had Coco TTV. We had Severe. Who else? I missed somebody. That just Trey from Trey and Nene. All these Virgos. Y'all just missed Leo season. One of my best friends is a Virgo. So Virgos must be good people. Yes, yes. Happy birthdays, everybody celebrating. 40th birthday. That's a big birthday, Severe. What did you do for your 40th? You got to do something if you didn't. That's right, Sonia. Leo season. Leo season's all year. I feel like it's important to celebrate birthdays. Today, what did I do? I went for a walk in the park. What else did I do? I did laundry. I edited 2 videos, uploaded one of them that I released today. And then just kind of chilled. I watched a couple of YouTube videos as well. So I just kind of chilled because I know it's going to get a little busy with work and stuff this week. Thank you, guys. You just relax. Well, if you work hard, sometimes you just need to relax. So it's okay to relax if you need to on your birthday. Or Iris said, relax this weekend. Yes. Hey, Carol. How are you? How's it going? How's your evening? Oh, and what else did I do? I went to the grocery store, um, and I went there to get some salmon, and the guy behind the seafood counter like hooked me up and gave me a deal. But there's this older lady that usually if you catch her, she'll give you like extra stuff. Like you might get like some lobster tails, and she'll be like, "Oh, that one was a little too small. Let me give you another one." But I think they probably got onto her for that. 'Cause she was like, "I can't give too many hookups anymore." So I'm like, they probably caught on to her. Probably like, "What? This is not adding up." Like compared to what we're spending and then or what they're seeing in their receipts or whatever. I don't know. But I appreciated it. I'm sure the store did not. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. I hope I didn't miss anybody in here. Ooh, that sounds good. Salmon Alfredo with homemade Alfredo. Yes, that's the best way to make it. With that homemade sauce, the best way to make it. I will try my best to go live more. And really, like I was saying, I'm probably going to have to start a vlog channel because my job requires some traveling. And so there might be some weeks where it will be a little bit harder to just sit and do a mukbang video. Um, so I may have to also have a vlog channel because I don't want to confuse, because I feel like I did kind of confuse my mukbang channel algorithm. You can just tell by the way your videos are getting views and stuff. And that's definitely real when they say don't mix up your channel too much because YouTube doesn't know how to push you out when they don't know if you are a mukbang channel or a vlog channel or this or that. So at first I was like, whatever, I'm gonna make any kind of video I want. Like it doesn't matter. But it is true. Like it will confuse the algorithm. I know, right, Coco? They hating on the plug. Like they messing up my situation. Like I looked forward to seeing that old lady at the seafood counter because she would hook me up every time. Never failed. They caught on to it because I figured if she was doing that for me, she was definitely doing that for other people. I feel like she was just doing that. Yeah, and because like who was it? Infomedia, Information Man. He said it before. Tam's Table has said it before, and other YouTubers. I think I've heard B Love say it before. Like you hear them say it, but then I'm like, I'm one of those. I'm a youngest child, and I'm a Leo. So you tell me not to do something, I want to test it and see and do the opposite of what you told me to do. It's just in my nature. And so I'm like, it's my channel. I can put out whatever kind of video I want. I don't care what people say. Yeah. It will mess with you a bit. Now, I think once you get to a certain status, because like even looking at somebody like B Love now, she has so many followers, like she just does whatever she wants. Like she'll do a vlog channel, she'll do vlogs, she'll do a mukbang, she'll do whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like you have like 3 million subscribers, so it's like she's gonna get views, so she doesn't really care, I don't think. But I'm still trying to get where I want to be, so I can't operate like that. But it's the youngest child thing. So yeah, what I was thinking is that I will launch a vlog channel for Vlogmas, because I do want to do Vlogmas, and I want to do it the right way. Because last year for Vlogmas, I was not really vlogging. I was doing like mukbangs and saying that this was Vlogmas Day 13, and it was a mukbang. That's not a vlog. And then I think I saw people were doing like mukmas. So maybe if you do mukmas, you could do a mukbang every day. But I was saying it was Vlogmas, and those were not vlogs. I did have some vlogs in there, but I wasn't following the rules. So I was thinking that might be a good time to start a vlog channel. Now I will say I do have a couple other vlogs that I want to put on this channel, but I'm like, should I? I don't think I should, because I think it's gonna mess it up. I might have to. I don't know. We'll see. But I hate to not show you guys my trip to Mexico. I don't know. Maybe I should just go ahead and start the vlog channel so I can start putting them now. But I was thinking that would be a good time to launch it, would be for Vlogmas. Because I do want to try to do a vlog every day in the month of December. Yeah, I did. I just noticed a difference, Terry. So I kind of believe what people have been telling me about not having or messing up the algorithm after doing this, because I feel like it has messed with my videos. Yep. Yeah. And like I'm even one of those, like if I see a button like on a wall and it might say do not push the button, like something in me wants to push it. It's just my curiosity. And then I like when people are like, don't do that. It's like I think what it is I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to go with the flow. Like I just want to feel like I'm doing my own thing. And so it's like you tell me I can't do it, then I'm like, but I want to. But I was actually a pretty good, well-behaved child. So I think it's just in certain things, I guess. Well, guys, let's see, how long have I been on here? Oh, I did good. I did 30 minutes. I was going to sing a little bit, but then I was like, I really want to talk about this Tiffany Haddish Aries Spears situation, because it bothered me. Like, don't watch the video. Because I thought I was gonna be like, y'all need to leave Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears alone. That's what I thought I was gonna really say. No, they shouldn't have done that. Terry, I get that. Oh, you pulled the fire alarm. I remember there was this kid that pulled the fire alarm, and his mom was the head of the PTA, and she was so embarrassed because her son like hardly ever got in trouble. And there was a kid who pulled the alarm, and they were like, "Who did it? Who did it?" And there were cameras in the hallway, so they saw that it was her son. I thought it was funny. Oh my goodness, CJ's singing. Maybe I'll sing on my exit. Hey, Bayou. What's up? What's up? How are you? See, do I even have the I be forgetting my own words to songs. Well, if I have like to actually sing songs, like perform the songs, I do pretty good. But there was one show that I did, and I was singing a song, and it was a song that I sang all the time. But for some reason, I forgot the whole second verse, and I just ad-libbed. I made stuff up the whole time, and the audience didn't even know, but I knew. Oh yeah, I forget my own words, and it's a shame because I wrote it. Mary had a little lamb. Surely there's a better song than that. Bye you, how are you doing? What are you up to this evening? Yeah, but I was like, man, imagine if it were like a well-known singer like um Mariah Carey, and like a popular song, and she forgets her whole second verse. Like, but you can tell sometimes, and I've seen singers do this because I've actually had friends who tell me that they've done this. If your audience knows the song, they sometimes you think that they're just letting the audience sing. Sometimes they forget their own words, so they just let the audience sing it. Like, watch some of those celebrities that are known. If you watch some of them, like, it's not always because they want the audience to sing. It's because they forgot their own words and the audience starts singing it. Some of those like older singers, not even older ones, the ones just who have been around for a long time. Because sometimes if you haven't sang a song in a long time, you can forget the words, even if you wrote it. Who is my favorite singer? That's a hard question because I have favorite singers in different genres. So I grew up as a preacher's kid. So one of my favorite singers of all time is Karen Clark Sheard. Her daughter is also one of my favorites, Kiera Sheard. And then also Erica and Tina Campbell from Mary Mary. Um, I used to sing all their songs. I used to know all of them word by word. But um, let me see. If I go to like R&B soul singers. Ooh. Well, let me go here. Jazz. If I go to jazz, it's Nina Simone, one of my favorite of all time songwriters, Nina Simone. Um, Let me see. Soul music. Um, that one's tough. I really love um oh, you asked me to sing Anita Baker? Ooh. um I'd probably have to bring up the words on that. Let me see. I have a lot of singers. Like, I like a lot of music. It's hard for me to give you a favorite. Um, hmm. Definitely Aretha Franklin. Um, I will say old school Mariah Carey. I used to love Mariah Carey when she used to sing songs like Hero. Not new school Mariah Carey, old school Mariah Carey. um, R&B of my generation, Brandy is like one of my all-time favorites. And people are like, how is she the vocal Bible? She doesn't have the strongest voice. Brandy does not sing off key. I have never heard this girl sing off key. And that's why people call her the vocal Bible. Like, if you sing, this girl does not sing off key. I will say Kiki Wyatt is very underrated just as far as fame goes, but that woman can sing. Um, Who else? Aries is one of my favorites. Like I've bought pretty much every album of hers since she came out. I was pissed off when she did not get a Grammy the year her and Alicia Keys both came out at the same time, and they gave all the Grammys to Alicia Keys. And Aries' first album was actually amazing. Yes, Fantasia's awesome. Let me see. Who else? Trying to think of other people I did not name. If I go to groups, oh wait, let me go back to old school. Betty Wright. She has some hits. Like y'all need to go listen to like all of Betty Wright's albums. So I get these moments where I just want to listen to one artist, and I'll go and listen to all their old albums. I did it with Nina Simone. I did it with a lot of people. I went back and listened to all of Betty Wright's albums. Did I tell you? She's underrated. Bill Withers. I could listen to him just sitting around the house, just driving around. I love Bill Withers. Oh yeah. Kiki Wyatt probably would sing at your wedding too. People book her. She's one of those that's not unreachable. You could probably get her to sing at your wedding. She's amazing. I have a lot of artists that I like. It depends on like what I'm in the mood for and what I'll listen to. New school, Jasmine Sullivan is one of my favorites. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I've seen her perform twice. I met Brandy in Vegas, and she's the only one that made me really, really nervous because Brandy was like my childhood. I wanted to be her best friend. What's funny is I love to sing, but I don't love to sing. It's funny. I love to sing, but my dream job would actually be to write and just be behind the scenes or sing background. I tell people I started singing, and then I really started singing because I wanted to sing the songs that I wrote. People might be like, "Oh, everybody says that," but I also really love Beyonce. I'm sorry, y'all. I love Beyonce. I do. My favorite album of hers is Four and Lemonade. And I don't mind this new album, especially when she told me that she dedicated this album to her uncle because he listened to a lot of house music. So that was the reason for this album. She wasn't just trying to do a house music album. It was for a reason. So she has some good songs on there. So there's some people that hate on her. And I'm like, why do y'all hate on somebody that came from Houston, Texas, grinded her tail off, grinded, and I tell you, her dad trained those girls. Like, how do you hate on somebody that came from that? Like, I just don't see celebrities as like idols, or I look at them as human beings that have made it, have used their talents to make it somewhere. So I guess I just kind of look at celebrities a little bit different. Like, people, I think, glorify celebrities. I don't glorify them at all. Who else is so I don't have one favorite. I really don't have one favorite. I have a lot of people that I respect and admire as singers. Now, one of my favorite male singers is Joe. When I tell you, when Joe first came out, I used to listen to that first album he had over and over and over and over and over. Joe can sing. That's why everybody got mad at 50 Cent when he took him off of that song and tried to put Trey Songz on there. Yeah. I used to listen to the song Table for Two, like over and over. Janet, definitely performer. Janet has what was it? What do you call it? I can't think right now, but you should watch it. It's about her life. I like that she actually was in it, because sometimes people wait till like artists like her die and then they create a film about their life. I like that she was actually yep, that's it, CJ. I like that she actually got to tell her own story. And she showed a lot of pictures of their childhood, and I just was like, oh, it's so cool. Michael Jackson, the most misunderstood person, I think, ever. I think that's why people have to be careful with those child stars, because you take away their childhood, they're on the road all the time, and they don't get to be kids. And it's messed up, a lot of them. Some of those Nickelodeon kids, like Demi Lovato, like I think she's an amazing singer, but she's just confused. Like you like the album she made an album, and I went to listen to it and I couldn't listen to it. The one genre that I do not like is, I don't like metal, heavy metal. And I won't say one genre. I don't like real old school country. I can listen to the new school country. Like I can listen to Carrie Underwood. I can listen to Little Big Town. I can listen to who else? There's others. When Toni Braxton first came out, and when she had the song, well, she was out before that, but when she put out the song Unbreak My Heart, I can't stand that song. Unbreak my heart. I cannot stand that song, even to this day. But I like Toni Braxton. I don't like that song. Something about it. You only bought one CD your whole life? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Let me show you something. This is only one. So I took a lot of my CD covers and I put them in frames, and I still have a whole lot. I have like hundreds of CD covers. I've only done 2 of them, but I can't find these exact frames, so I'm gonna probably have to get new frames. But my goal is to make all of my CD covers fit into this. But yeah, see, you have Mary, Corinne Bailey Ray, some gospel singers, Jay Moss, Dietrich Haddon, Chrisette Michelle, Monica, Alicia Keys. Oh, guys, this one right here, Priscilla Renee. So, do y'all know who this is? There was a song that was out, and it became really popular. But I know this person, Priscilla Renee, but everybody else knows her now by a different name. Does anybody know who this is now? What her new name is? Anybody? See if anybody knows. Does anybody know who the singer currently is? You can Google it. So I mentioned her in one of my videos. She actually was a YouTuber. So when I first started watching YouTube, like way back when YouTube first started, I used to just watch like music channels. She had a music channel and she used to always make up songs. She would write songs on camera, make up songs from the dictionary. Yep, Money Long. The one that has the song Hours and Hours. Yep. So she got signed. She put out a song, and I can't remember the name of the song, but it wasn't her. Like, you could tell the label put her out, and it just was not her. So it kind of flopped. And then after that, she put out an EP, and that was the EP that she put out on her own, Hello My Apple. And she had, this was in the back in the days of MySpace. If you ordered her EP, she signed it and she would send it to you. So I ordered it and she signed it and sent it to me. But that was back in the day. And then she started writing for all these people. Like, she wrote for Rihanna, she wrote for Kesha and Pitbull, she wrote for Fifth Harmony, all these different people. And she really didn't make the money she was supposed to be making off of that. And she's told those stories a little bit on her social media. But then she changed her name to Money Long, and I don't know who this person is. But she's still very much talented, but I could just tell she's been through a lot of stuff because she doesn't look like herself. I think she had a nose job, and I was like, you were beautiful the way you were. Like, I feel like sometimes the Hollywood will make you think you gotta do things and this or that. And then she put out that song, Hours and Hours. How did I feel about Whitney? Well, I was a fan of Whitney growing up. I thought her voice was amazing. I feel like, unfortunately, Bobby Brown got a bad deal in that situation, as far as like, he got blamed for her, actually, like, her demise, of her downfall, and it wasn't even that. She actually mentioned her brother, I think his name was Michael, was the one who actually was her first introduction to drugs. And but I feel like Whitney, I hate that she ended up where she ended up, and I hate that that was where her story went, but I feel like she had an amazing, amazing voice. But I also feel like I don't know. I don't know if she was able to kind of live outside of that Whitney. Like, I feel like a lot of people didn't get a chance to know who she was. I feel like I don't really know who she was. Um, I don't know. By the time she kind of like was on TV shows and different things like that. But I feel like her voice was amazing. She had an amazing gift of a voice. Um, I don't know. I talk about Whitney Houston, it just makes me a little bit sad because I'm like, I hate the way that story ended. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, she definitely lost her voice. It wasn't the same because, like, Aretha Franklin, she had a voice when she was younger, and before she passed away, before she got so ill to where she couldn't perform, her voice was still amazing. Whitney Houston's lifestyle and the things that she allowed and then lost control of really messed with her voice, because even like the songs that she tried to kind of put out in her later life, um, her voice wasn't there. Yeah, I hate that. I am happy to see Bobby Brown on the right track. He's gone through a lot, and I hope that I feel like he's in a good situation with his wife that he married, and she is there to help keep him accountable and on the right track, as well as his kids and stuff like that. But I mean, in interviews and stuff, I feel like he's a good guy that got caught up in the lifestyle of being a bad boy entertainer, but I feel like I hate that people put his life on her. Like, as adults, we make those decisions if we're gonna try something or not. And I was happy that she did say that he wasn't the one that introduced her to that. It couldn't all be put on him. But some people still ignore that and still blame him for all of it. But that's just how people can be. All right, so let's see here. I have about 4 minutes. So let me see. I'll pick a song. I gotta find the I didn't watch all of it. Like I saw some episodes. Let me see. I really don't remember the second verse of Who Knew. I had to pull up the lyrics, but I don't have time for that. But let's see if I can remember it.
What we gonna do right here is go back. Way back into time.
I need to get new speakers. My big speaker's blue. The sound's not loud enough on this. Can y'all hear it at all?
Who is DC? Let's go.
I remember when we played this game, something like tit for tat, always counting. I remember when we met in school, you were too cool for me, always happy. But something changed when we grew up. Man, you grew on me, made me feel good. You got me feeling like you could be the one for me. I'm so happy. Oh no, you'll be the one for me. Oh no, you'll be the one for me. Always made me laugh. I cannot remember the second verse. I told y'all to forget my words. You would do. But something changed when we grew up. Man, you grew on me, made me feel good. You got me feeling like you could be the one for me. I'm so happy. Oh no, you'll be the one for me. Oh no, oh no. the one for me. Who knew you'd be the one for? Who knew you'd be the one for? Who knew you'd be the one for me? I cannot remember that second verse. I'm gonna have to look at the words. That's a shame. I haven't sang that song in forever. Thank you. So guys, I will say I was performing a lot more before the shutdown 2020. So like 2019 was kind of like on a high because a friend of mine, he sings around the Dallas area. He has his own band and stuff like that. He got asked if he could put together like a 10-person choir. And at first he couldn't tell us what it was for. So he was calling all of his friends that he knew sang. And so he called me and was like, I need you for this 10-person choir. Can you be available on this Saturday? This was back in 2019. I think it was November-ish. So I was like, yeah. And he was like, but I can't tell you the details yet. So I was like, yeah, I could do it. Sure. So he needed a few more people. So I was trying to help him find the 10 that he needed. So once he had the 10 that he needed, contacted all of us and told us what it was for. So 2019, there was the How the West Was Won tour, and it had Master P, Snoop Dogg, Crucial Conflict, all these different people from back then, Twista. So they were having a concert at the Dos Equis Theater here in the Dallas area. This is a big theater. It seats about 20,000 people. And his tickets were sold out. So Master P wanted a 10-person choir to sing background for his song, I Miss My Homies. So he just came up with the idea a few days before his show and asked Live Nation if they knew of anybody. So a lady that worked for Live Nation knew my friend, and he got us together. So that Saturday we went to the theater. We had to dress in all black. I have it on my other Instagram, a little bit of like the clips from my Instagram, but I have a second Instagram. So on that one, you would have to go kind of back and you'd see it. But we had to wear all black, and they gave us our own green room, and it said Master P's Choir. And so we were in the green room. We had to get there at a certain time. We were in the green room, kind of getting ourselves together, whatever. And Master P, Romeo, and one of his daughters, oh my gosh, what's her name? She came out with a few videos herself, one of his younger daughters. Can't remember her name right now. Well, anyway, they walk in the green room. So we're like, just keeping our composure, but on the inside, we're like tapping each other. That's Master P. That's Master P. And so he's like, mind you, at this time, we didn't know the song. So he told us Master P wanted a 10-person choir for a song. Symphonique. Yep, that's her. We didn't know the song. So we were waiting. We kind of like speculated that was probably the song, because we were like, what song would he need a choir for? Like, it didn't make sense to have us on like Ice Cream Man or something like that. So well, I guess it could have worked with that song. I've heard bands play it, but anyway, so he's in there. So we're like looking at each other, like tapping, like, that's Master P. He's like right there. And of course, you can't be fangirling, like pulling out your phone, taking like video and stuff. But he was like, I want you guys to sing the hook on this song. And he was like, let's practice it. So some people knew all the words word for word already. I couldn't remember all the words. I had to like pull out my phone looking at the lyrics. A couple of other people had to pull out their phones and look at the lyrics. And so then he told us the part he wanted us to sing. So we were like singing it right there on the spot. And then about an hour later we had to go do like an on stage rehearsal of it. And it was funny because Romeo was like walking through all of us, like listening to make sure we were singing it the way that they wanted us to sing it. But that was a good experience. And then another artist who was just like a local, like Dallas artist, was opening up for Genuine a few weeks later. And he wanted us to sing with him on one of his songs after hearing us sing with Master P. So we got to be backstage for Genuine's opening act, and we were singing with that guy. So it was like all these cool things started to happen at the end of 2019, and then boom, shut down. So and after that, it was really hard to get back the independent like community out here. Some people are starting to kind of get back out there, and shows are starting to take place again, but it's just not the same. So like I'm getting older. Like I'm not one of the young ones that's trying to be signed and all this. Like if anything, I would love to work with people, work with some of the younger ones, write kind of the behind the scenes stuff. But those were cool opportunities that were like taking place. But it's just people are trying to get the momentum back. And the music industry is crazy. Like I was India Arie, one of her really good friends has a studio out here. Really down to earth, cool guy, but he produced some of India Arie's earlier music. Like he knew her before she became like India Arie. And so we got to go to one of her shows because of him. She every time she comes to Dallas, she gives him tickets. And so we kind of had the perk because of him. But one of the things that India Arie said, even I think she made a video on Instagram, that show that we went to was her Worthy tour. And even on after that tour, she said she hardly made anything, and she broke it down. And I was like, that's crazy. Like you're India Arie. Like to me, she's up here. But she said she hardly made anything because on those tours, you have to, as the artist, you pay for the lighting, you pay for the building, you pay for the musicians, you pay for your background singers. So you might be bringing in a lot of money on your shows, but you're spending so much out to pay for those things, especially if you're not under the umbrella of a major label. Now, the thing about those that are under a major label, they also have to give that money back. It's taken from the money they make. So people don't see that. They just see the glamorous side. So like I understood like somebody like Khalees getting so upset about the whole Beyonce stuff and all that situation, because people are like, well, her name was on there, she put her name on there. But when you're the writer, like there's so much more that they just get. So I'm like, read the fine print on stuff, because I feel like Khalees probably in her younger days was probably too trusting and didn't read the fine print, and ended up losing her rights to even some of the lyrics that she wrote on some of the songs. And so then you end up with a situation like this where you have a major artist that's just like, I'll use the clip. And people are like, why is she making a big deal out of it? Because it's people's art. Like people don't understand that. Like it's a big deal. And as much as I love Beyonce, I kind of felt bad for Khalees in that situation. But I know I went way off on a whole different thing. I don't even remember where I started talking about. Yeah. C word being the C word. Yeah, P is an icon. P is like people need to listen to him. He's like spits gems. I was looking at a post he made the other day about like what it costs to live in like California. He was like talking about people need to, I think about stuff. Like, that's why some of the celebrities are struggling, because they don't pay attention to the details. But I respect people that have taken charge of their whole career. And I mean, he's a hustler. Potato chips, catfish seasoning, everything. Yes, India is a legend. She was also one that made me nervous when I met her. I will say, when she walks in a room, she's very regal. She's also very down to earth with the people she knows. Like, to see her interact with the music engineer, um, because they've known each other. Like, it would be like if I were talking to like you guys. It was just human. But like, when she walks in the room, she is very regal. Um, yeah, yeah. Master P definitely has a story to tell. He's had a journey. But guys, I've been on here over an hour. So I don't want to go too long, and it's getting late. I'm sure you guys are getting ready for bed, especially those on the East Coast. Well, I don't know. You guys might be night owls. But I appreciate you guys hanging in there and tuning in with me. But I do plan to start doing some of these impromptu lives. I don't know. It's hard for me to make this kind of live like a scheduled live, but I just try to look to see who's live, so I don't interfere with somebody else's live or anything like that. So I noticed that nobody else was live, so I was like, I'm gonna go live. So it might be that kind of thing, because I know people have times where they go live and stuff, and I like to be able to catch some of those lives when I can. Yeah, an hour went by fast. I didn't mean to be here on an hour. Like, I looked and it was 33 minutes not that long ago. So I don't know. The hour went by fast. But it's funny. I can be talkative, but I'm also very much an introvert. So like, sometimes I can be very like just quiet and observant. So I always tell people, don't think I'm being standoffish, or don't think I'm being like thinking that I'm all that or something. Like, if I'm around you and I'm not as talkative, I'm just not comfortable yet. But once I'm comfortable, I'll talk a lot more. And I'm actually not that serious. Like, people think I'm a lot more serious than I actually feel like I am. But I can be serious when I need to be. So I appreciate all of you tuning in to my live. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to meet more of you in the future. I'm sure, making my rounds. Listen, I want to travel as much as possible. So I definitely will meet more of you if I haven't already met you. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. I appreciate those who tuned in and liked. Yeah, and I'll try to. My goal is to try to do like a live like this once a week, and then I'll get back to those wind down Wednesdays. The wind down Wednesdays, I'm probably gonna have to do like twice a month, just so that I can make sure I'm consistent with those. Which I will reach out to Sharice, because I want those ladies that I talked to be on my wind down Wednesday, because we were supposed to do that, and that's one that I really want to do. So if you haven't checked out any of my wind down Wednesdays, you can catch the replay on my channel and see what I'm talking about. But those are fun. I like doing those too. So I'm really gonna get off of here now. Oh, hey, Sheer Magic. How are you? I'm just about to get off. I was on here a lot longer than I meant to be. I was like, I'll do a 30-minute live. It's already an hour, almost hour 15. Good night, everybody. Good night, Sonia. Good night, CJ and Sharice. Good night, Terry. Good night, Severe. Good night, Iris. Good night, Sipping with Sheer Magic. Did I say Sonia? Good night. Coco's Ethnic Eats. Good night. Bayou Kitchen Guy. Good night. I hope I said everybody that I saw chatting. And for those of you, Carol, the girl mukbang, good night. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? Jamia, good night. I think I got everybody. Those that were watching that weren't able to participate in the chat, good night as well. Thank you. I'm good, Sheer Magic. No problem, no problem. I understand. All right, guys. I will see you next time.